So today, y'all, we're going to be looking at a AEW All In 2024 predictions video by Cultaholic Wrestling. We're basically just going to watch the video, kind of react to it, and then I'm going to give my predictions as the video progresses. So, yeah, let's hop into this. And I started it like just before it starts getting into the match predictions, so let's get it going.
First up on 0 Hour, which is 2 hours long, we have Chris Statlander and Stokely Hathaway taking on Willow Nightingale and Tomohiro Ishii. The winner chooses the stipulation for Willow versus Statlander at All Out. Who are you picking and why?
This feels like one for the baddies. I feel like Stokely Hathaway and Chris Statlander are picking up the dub here. I'm also going to go out of my way to say that I think somehow, some way, Stokely is getting the dub over Ishii.
Well, I don't know if we should go into Collision spoilers, but something might have happened like that on Collision this week.
Yeah, I think it's right that we have the heel certainly have the gimmick match advantage going into the next pay-per-view in 2 weeks' time. Who have you got and why?
I'm going for the heels as well. I think it makes all the sense in the world. Singles match is currently Chris Statlander versus Willow Nightingale.
I also agree. I'm going with the heels on this one just because I feel like that entire match is just going to be Tomohiro Ishii and Willow Nightingale just kind of tossing around Stokely Hathaway in a sense. So it's probably going to be something completely different from these guys' perspective. But I totally think that Chris Statlander is probably going to find some sort of like cheap way to get the victory for her team.
Is Desmond 2-2 on the scoreboard. The next person to win takes it to 3-2. The heel picks the stipulation. The babyface gets the win. It writes itself.
The Casino Gauntlet match. The winner getting a future.
I'm curious what they're going to say about this
the
one.
AEW World Title. Who you got and why?
I am scared if anything else happens to what I'm about to say. If Hangman Adam Page doesn't win this match, somebody will actually die. Therefore, I'm going to pick Hangman Adam Page. Did you see him last night, Tom? He wheeled a suitcase over the limp body of Evil Uno just because Evil Uno said he was in the match and therefore could get in the way of Hangman getting to swerve.
See, all I saw was a cowboy running scared from Jeff Jarrett. That's all I saw. And a booker too frightened to put that match together watching you. I do believe that Hangman Page and Jeff Jarrett will meet in that match like star-crossed
I don't think it's going to
lovers.
happen, you know.
Don't say
You
that.
forget about Jeff.
But hey, in terms of who is winning, because obviously there's a lot of surprise entrants in this match, you know. And when you think maybe a surprise to win it all, life is a mystery.
He's gone for it.
Everyone must stand.
Madonna to appear at Wembley for the first time in years.
I hear you call my name, and it feels like I'm picking Orange Cassidy.
Oh, yeah.
I think that Orange Cassidy is such an unusual outsider, even though he's clearly earned his stripes in getting a shot at the world title. I know that he'll be a divisive persona in wrestling forever.
It kind of sucks trying to pick the prediction for this one because I think whoever wins this casino ladder match all depends on who comes out as world champion at the end of the night. I was thinking if maybe this should have been the main event. Maybe this should be the main event, but like then again, it's all their booking and stuff. But I always thought that if Swerve came out with the victory at the end of the night, then Hangman Adam Page would be the winner of the gauntlet match. But I think either way, I'm just gonna stick with Hangman Adam Page as my guess. I've had him as my prediction since Dynamite last Wednesday, so I'm just gonna stick with Adam Page. Although Orange Cassidy is a great prediction because he is in that match. As far as surprises go, in case you guys didn't know, Ricochet signed a multi-year deal with AEW just this week. So we could see a possibility of a Ricochet / Prince Puma coming to this match at some capacity, but we don't know. We won't know until tomorrow.
I think they might just stick him in the main event picture and just see what jazz happens.
And he's number 1, which is the spot you want to have in this match because you have the chance to end it while it's a singles match.
I feel like having him there at the beginning and then having him win the whole thing. I think I'm gonna go orange on this one. Orange is green.
It's a good guess
for me.
Or a good pick.
Next up for the FTW title for the World Championship, we have the champion Chris
This match
Jericho
is going to be so
taking on
boring.
Hook. Who are you taking and why?
You're gonna hate this. I think Jericho's been. I know all signs point to Hook picking up the win at Wembley, but this character of Jericho's is so rotten that I feel like they're just gonna ruin that life for us for a little bit longer. I think something will happen that we'll see Hook get heat back. Maybe Taz puts Jericho in the Taz mission.
Oh, stop it, Tom.
That'd be quite nice. But I think somehow Jericho's just going to scuttle away with the FTW title.
I could see that happening.
I know, but I don't like it as much as you do. But I don't think Hook's winning it.
I simply cannot wait for this match because for the second year in a row, Fozzy are headlining Wembley. I get to see Fozzy live. Jericho does Freddie Mercury for the second year in a row. And while it is unfathomable that Chris Jericho could go to Wembley Stadium, wrestle at Wembley Stadium, and lose for 2 consecutive years, I'm going to go for Jericho to lose, surely, at 130 odd days, whatever his reign is.
Who did Jericho lose to last year again? Was it Will Ospreay? I think it was Will Ospreay. I don't remember, like, I hardly remember last year's All In. But if I were to put a pick for this, I'm gonna say Jericho. If it was like 4 days ago, if you guys asked me 4 days ago, it probably would have been Hook. But I'm just going with Jericho because, again, like they said, like they're not gonna make Jericho lose at 2 straight All In pay-per-views in Wembley. So I think that's a good point to make. And other than that, yes, his gimmick is rotten. This gimmick of Jericho's is the learning tree. It is so stupid. So I would love to see Jericho actually give the fans some pain just for a little while longer as FTW champion, but here we'll see what happens.
Currently, surely the time is now to give Hook a conclusive win and maybe move him on from the role he's in now. Surely, Tom.
I'd have thought that, but I feel like I've pressed the disaster button there.
You can see it happening though, because if there's one thing Chris Jericho has, it's Tony Khan's ear. And Tony Khan likes to do what Chris Jericho wants to do, as we're seeing on TV each and every bloody week.
Very Jericho.
So maybe it is Jericho.
Hangman Page. I wouldn't be as angry as I am today. The AEW World.
Oh, here come the ads, man.
Back towards the rear of the AP's
Tag.
Is it Counter-Strike? That's funny. I feel like this match is going to be an absolute banger.
Team
I don't know
titles
why,
on the
but
line,
I
the
just
Young
feel like
Bucks
this is going to be a
defending
banger of a
FTR
match.
and the Acclaimed. Who you got and why?
It's one of those matches that's a flip of the coin. So I flipped a coin, a 3-sided coin only available in Hungary, which I've imported into the UK, and it came out with a Young Bucks victory. I have no rationale for it whatsoever. I'm going to go for the Young Bucks because they are arseholes, I believe. Tom?
Anybody but the Young Bucks, dude. Seriously. I feel like it's that like concept of them being EVPs that they're kind of like abusing their power in a sense, and that's why they're champions. Obviously, that's probably not the case, but like they are EVPs, and their gimmick is just stupid. An FTR or Acclaim victory would be really, really nice. I would feel. I would love to see FTR become 3-time champions. I don't know, actually. I feel like... Here, let's see if I have a coin. Let's see if I can flip a coin. I gotta have a coin in here somewhere. I do not. So I'm just gonna do this. Actually, I'll just use my credit card. Or not my credit card, because... Ooh. Wanna dox my information online? Totally. I'll use my coaching card. And I'll do... Backside is tails. And then... So this is between FTR. FTR is heads and Acclaimed is tails. So we're going to go like that. And it lands on heads. So, okay, I'll take FTR.
The Acclaim did that really nice promo. I feel like we could see a title change.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't feel like there's the steam behind them.
See, it's funny, steam comes and goes and turns on a dime. That doesn't make sense. I feel like they're the outsiders in this one. They're the underdogs in this one because Young Bucks and FTR had that banger last time.
Yep.
I think Acclaimed are little dark horses in this one, and they could. The trios title did nothing for them. Next and nothing for them. How is it that someone wins a belt and becomes even more invisible on a roster? But I feel the tag titles, there's still some unfinished business for them there. I'm going to say give it to the underdogs.
It's a flip of the coin.
It's a flip of the coin.
3-sided coin.
It does not write itself.
Next up, we have the AEW Trios title London ladder match. The Patriarchy, the champions, taking on the Bang Bang Gang, the House of Black, and the new team of Pac, Claudio Castagnoli, and the great Yuta himself, Wheeler Yuta, which is how Pac will say because he's from Newcastle. Tom, who are you taking and why?
This is a tough one. But I think the Bang Bang Gang. I know. Obviously, there's a special love in our hearts for Geordie Pac, But I feel like the Bang Bang Gang have some, again, like with other champions, unfinished business with the belt. And I think this is a nice way to get it back in their possession. I think the Patriarchy don't necessarily need them. I think maybe you could use them to redevelop the Bang Bang Gang. I think that having this other new team of Pac and Pals is just there as a distraction. I'm picking the Bang Bang Gang. Who you got?
I had two schools of thought for this one, Tom. Either Jay White comes back and helps the Bang Bang Gang to win, or this Wembley moment that I want to have this year because it was stolen from us last year. I don't know if we need translations put on the bottom of the screen there, but Pac said his Wembley moment was still last year. It was. He's going to have a Wembley moment this year. So him getting in this match at the very last moment to get up the ladder and win. It's only the trios titles. Who gives a toss anyway if they're a brand new tag team? Anything can happen in the World Wrestling and AEW. So I'm going to go for Pac to get his Wembley moment, him be the one to climb up and win the thing. And maybe he joins the BCC good and proper. He would fit.
And if he doesn't, you can blame Eddie Howe.
Yeah.
Football.
That's a hard one, actually. I don't really know. I don't have a straight up prediction for that match. I feel maybe... Okay, I think there's three outcomes here. I think the House of Black definitely is not winning it. It's one of the other three teams. I would love to see Pac and Claudio and Wheeler Yuta. I would love to see those three win the titles together. I mean, that's a cool team. I don't really have any reasoning behind it, but I think that's a good idea. To make them trios champions, but I don't really know. I could see Jay White coming back and helping the Bang Bang Gang get the titles back. And yeah, the Patriarchy doesn't need the titles. So okay, it's either going to be the Bang Bang Gang or Yuta, Claudio, and Pac. Yeah, I'll go Pac and the BCC. No reasoning behind it, but I just feel like that would be cool.
The TBS Championship on the line. It is Mercedes Money defending against Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. Who have you got and why?
Oh,
you're right.
Oh,
we having a moment?
Oh, that's what we're going to see at the end of the match.
What, you doing a seductive dance?
No, that was me playing the part of a very tired Mercedes Money after she comes out on top and wins against Britt Baker. Who are you taking and why, Tom?
I think you give it to Baker, you know. I think we put this on DMD.
Just because we're in London and there's a Baker Street.
Maybe.
Tom Baker from Doctor Who once went to London in 1970.
Imagine they base that logic, like every match, like outcome, they base the logic off the stuff in London. That'd be funny. That would actually be really funny.
I could see Monet and Baker back and forthing with the titles somewhat. I could see this maybe being the start of a series with them. I think Baker to win it. I think it's a nice beginning to that story. Maybe in 2 weeks' time you run it back and you have Monet win it again.
That is the thing, isn't it? With matches like this, we've got All Out in 2 weeks' time where they could retcon decisions they make on this card. I just think Mercedes has been everywhere with that title, photographed everywhere. Why would they stop that now, eh? Why would they, Tom?
That's true.
How long's Mercedes had the title? It's been not since Dynasty, has it? Dynasty or Double or Nothing? I feel like that's how long she's had the title. I don't remember when she won it. But I will take Mercedes Moné because I feel like Camille is going to interfere. Unless there's like no possible way for her to, but I don't think there's really any match stipulation to that. Or maybe there was, and I just wasn't paying attention, but I go Mercedes Moné. I don't have any explanation for that one either, but yeah.
Come on, join me, Tom.
Your seductive dance is somewhat making me change my mind.
CEO.
But I'm gonna stick with it. I hope you're doing it at home.
Next up for the AEW TNT title in a coffin match, we have the...
I didn't know this was a coffin match, but now that they just stated that it's a coffin match, that is badass. That is totally badass.
Champion Jack Perry and his lovely new title bout, Tom, taking on Darby Allin. Who are you picking and why?
See, because he's got that lovely new title, I don't see why he's losing it. He's just had it all done up all nice.
Yes, but it would
like a proper heart attack moment for him. God love it.
I do like how he got suspended, and then in that little gap there, he took up smouldering, or whatever that process is called. I'll go down the mines.
Is it forging?
Oh,
I don't know, something like that. He did look like he'd been down the
Yeah,
mine.
it is forging.
But I think Jack Perry keeps it a bit longer. I think Darby's got a date with Destiny, a Grand Slam. And there's been conversations today, and this is kind of what's made me turn a little bit. Conversations today about possibly making Darby Allin a future world champion. You may not believe in that theory. You might not think he's the right guy to do it. But if that's what Top Brass are thinking, that's what Top Brass are going to try and do.
I believe in Darby Allin.
Clap, clap. So I think Jack Perry's keeping it. Who you got and why?
I'm sticking my neck out on the line because of some news that came out. You can always trust the dirty sheets. They never tell us false information. Do they, Tom?
Never.
They never
We are
tell us.
always right.
Aggregators are the pawns to their whatever. Anyway, that's besides the point. I'm going to go for Darby Allin to win because I can picture the spot where the coffin, which is not made of real glass, and therefore you can't see inside of it, it opens up, and who's inside? Who's going to be in London this weekend?
The actor Christopher Timothy.
Incorrect. One more guess.
Timothy Chalamet.
Incorrect again. It's going to be Sting.
Oh, Sting!
So Sting, it pops out the coffin.
That would be smart. That would also be cool. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Yeah, I'll do Darby. I'll pick Darby for this match because, just like, boo-hoo. Like, if Jack Perry loses the title, he made that title himself. He still has it at home. He made that title. He forged it. So it doesn't matter. But Darby winning a coffin match is all I can see right now. With the help of Sting, not so much. But that Sting moment would be really nice.
Helps his little friend win, and we all have a jolly gothy time.
They all sing Roxanne! That would be great. That's the one you mean, isn't it?
Oh no, not Gordon. I meant the wrestler.
Gordon
Sting.
is a moron.
Not Gordon from Hexham. I meant, the Sting, the wrestler.
The
one.
Sting.
Yeah. The one that used to go da 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 da, and he was like, ooh, I'm silent now. I don't talk at all. And then he's like, whoa, I'm in the wolf pack. That guy there. 10 years later, by God, I'm a Joker. God, I've seen that film once. It's great. No, that guy, not Gordon.
Can somebody clip that and just like the career of Sting?
That's a total career retrospective.
Complete retrospective. It's done. The AEW American Championship. It is MJF defending against Will Ospreay. Is wrestling coming home, Ross?
It is.
This could be
coming
match of the
home
night.
Twice in 1 week. Zack Sabre Jr. last week. Will Ospreay this week. It's all set up for a big crowd-popping victory. If they do anything else, there might be a riot inside Wembley Stadium. There won't be. We'll just boo very loudly. But still, Ospreay for the win. It's got to be.
Yeah, I'm gonna prove myself to be a silly Billy because you know how I made that fuss about how Jack Perry just had his own custom belt made, so therefore he can't lose it.
Oh.
I think MJF's losing it. But I think that belt was made to be lost to Will Ospreay at All In. I think that was the whole point of this whole thing, to give a big title-winning moment for our boy Willie at Wembley. So I think MJF is taking 3 seconds on the floor for Will Ospreay. They're going to have an absolute banger. I don't know how they topped the match that they had on Dynamite, which
Got to
went
get the
nearly
kid
an
involved.
hour.
Get the kid involved.
Yeah.
Ospreay's stepson, I believe that's the right term to use potentially. I don't know. Get him involved. Top rope, 450. Let's go.
450 off Will's kid. Alicia Toot does a springboard senton. Let's just get everybody in there. But I think it's Will Ospreay, as do you. With winning back the AEW title and then maybe renaming it the International, or maybe the UK title.
The UK title, therefore proving once again that the UK is better than America.
Yeah, and we spell colour correctly.
Next up for the...
What a stupid hot take, but okay. MJF and Ospreay, I would think it makes no sense for Ospreay to lose tomorrow night. I just brain farted real quick. No, it wouldn't make sense for Ospreay to lose since it's in Wembley. And I want Ospreay to win. I do want Will Ospreay to win. But I feel like it's too risky since they just put the title on MJF. It could go either way though. But I'm going to take MJF. Although I really want Ospreay to win. I'm taking MJF.
AEW Women's World Title, we have the champion Toni Storm defending against that no good evil lady. It's Mariah May, everybody. Who are you taking and why?
Now, throughout the year that we've been doing predictions and live reactions, I've just said Tony, 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 Tony. I can't say Tony anymore. I think this is the full stop on the incredible sentence, the fantastic story that has been Timeless Toni Storm's first Women's World Title reign. It's Mariah May that takes it. I think it's something that we called the moment Mariah May turned up.
Yeah.
I don't think we called it in the way in which it's been played.
Not as vicious, no.
No, not as vicious, and certainly not as
lovely.
delicious. And I think that this is the moment where we see Mariah May assume the role of the new Toni Storm.
Yeah, I don't feel Mariah May is going to lose. I feel like she's definitely going to win the title because I feel like that's the most logical. And there's nobody else, as of this very moment, as Toni Storm's champion, there's nobody else that is fit to beat her than Mariah May. Especially because of the storyline that they're having at the moment. It's something, it makes total sense. Nothing else.
Until Toni Storm seeks revenge. Who you got and why?
As you said, that feels like every single title defense Tony's had this year. It's been very predictable that she's going to win because the opponent she's been up against has not been on her level. But Mariah May, whether it be in the ring, just kicking people in the head really hard, or in the promos where she's proven to be an equal in the silly bollocks yet dramatic yet very serious yet shambolic ways that Toni Storm is, she's the equal, so she's going to win. Yep. Mariah May for the win.
Two Mays.
Nigel McGuinness will cry and ejaculate in equal measure. I always have to do that, Tom, and I don't know why. I always get halfway through saying it, and I try and stop myself, and I can't. Much like Nigel when he's watching Mariah May.
Oh, bless. And your main event, the career of the
I'm going to pretend like I didn't just hear that.
American Dragon hangs in the balance. The AEW World Title on the line. Swerve Strickland defending against Bryan Danielson. Who you got and why?
My mind was changed last night on Dynamite when he said, I am the effing best wrestler in the world. The best ever. 20 years it's been now, said Bryan Danielson, and that made me a believer. I think Bryan Danielson will get the job done. I think the Good Riddance promo package with your Green Days and whatnot, I think the whole, I don't want to win the world title because my daughter's a Terminator, it's all been a ruse, and he'll get the win because it just feels right, okay? All right, Tom, is that fine for you? And I think the lingering threat of Hangman, while he might not get involved like in a physical capacity, maybe he shows up and distracts Swerve, which sets up something at All Out. I think all of that put together, Danielson's the winner.
I think in any other circumstance, I would say yeah. But Bryan Danielson's the sort of guy that would probably want to retire on a stage like this in front of a crowd, a European crowd that absolutely embraced him in his early formative years. Biggest match on AEW's biggest show of the year, and going out, putting over a talent that is going to carry the company forward. I think all of it does genuinely point to Bryan Danielson having his swan song at Wembley Stadium, and I think Swerve does it. And you know what? All jokes aside, like we've been so bit caught up in like the prep and getting everything ready for what's coming up this weekend and all the work that's going to be going into it. It only really dawned on me this morning that Bryan Danielson's genuinely one of my favourite wrestlers of all time, and it looks like I'm watching his retirement match on Sunday at Wembley Stadium. Like live there.
It's a sobering thought.
It's the way it's
As
been
a
built
fan,
up. Yeah.
That only hit me this morning, and I went, "That's amazing."
Yeah.
And he's losing to Swerve. Much as I love you, Brian, I think Swerve's getting past you. I think AEW is Swerve's house now, and Bryan Danielson is about to be removed.
It would be wonderful irony if Jeff Jarrett, who you're in love with and might be stalking with, quite frankly, if he's the one who gives Danielson the pep talk that sees Danielson win and therefore makes you lose predictions. That would be a wonderful twist of fate. A lovely full circle moment there, Tom.
It would make me fall out with Jeff Jarrett again. That's a very total non-stop arsehole thing for him to do. But those are your...
Okay, so again, if this was judged by the, were to judge the gauntlet match, if we had to have the gauntlet match at the end of the night, and this match right here would have judged it, I'm picking Swerve. I would have picked Swerve. Bryan Danielson is one of my personal favorite wrestlers of all time too. I grew up watching him when he was in WWE, and he created the Yes Movement and everything. I was there for all that, and I was so young and so little that I just I can't hate Bryan Danielson, or I feel like I can't choose against him. But like they were talking about, this is basically being built up as his retirement match. It has been for the last couple weeks, and I feel like this might be the hardest match of the night to predict. But I don't think it's right if Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson doesn't win at least one world title in this company, and this is his final shot. So I am gonna go Danielson this one. I personally like it seems like it's being built as a retirement match, but at the same time, this guy, he is innovated. He has rose to the top of AEW probably quicker than any other superstar besides MGF. But he is just a generational wrestler. And do we really think that he would do all this, he would announce all this, all for him to lose and retire? I don't think so. I'm going Danielson. If I were to bet money on it, I would bet on Danielson. Simple. But yeah. That's all I got. So thanks for watching, everybody. But yeah, we will see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching and sticking with me throughout this entire video and my predictions. But I guess we're gonna have to see what happens at All In tomorrow. So I'll see you then.